In our last video, we have discussed dynamics of primary ALFC loop. So here we discussed this dynamics, and this is approximate dynamics, this is exact dynamics. In approximate dynamics, we had considered that this TT and TH, they are approximately 0. Actually, they are very small quantities, 0.3 seconds. TT and TH is 80 milliseconds in a typical system, whereas TP is around 20 seconds. And we found that if we close the loop, then instead of 20 seconds, time constant becomes around 0.4 seconds. So it becomes fast. Not only this, the error reduces to this much. So at steady state also some error is there. This much we have discussed in last lecture. So what is the physical interpretation of these results? When the load suddenly increased by 1%, that is by 20 megawatt, where did this power come from? Certainly it must have come from somewhere, as can be certified by the customer who threw the switch and expected and got instantaneously the demand of 20 megawatt. तो जैसे हम स्विच ऑन करते हैं वैसे ही जो पावर मिलती है कहीं ना कहीं से आती है, और बाद में तो ये हम मान लेंगे कि पूरी की पूरी पावर जब सारे एक्शंस काम कर जाते हैं तो कहाँ से आएगी, तो वो टरबाइन से ही आएगी. लेकिन इन बिटवीन फ्रॉम समवेयर it is coming. Actually, there are total 3 sources. In the milliseconds following the closure of the switch, means just after closure of the switch, the frequency has not changed a measurable amount. Okay, now the ALFC has not worked. It is going to work. So frequency has not changed, and therefore no power increase has had time to develop in the turbine, where the steam valve has not yet moved. In those first instants, the total additional load demand 20 megawatt is obtained from the stored kinetic energy, which therefore will decrease at an initial rate of 20 megawatt, because whole of the power is coming from there and power is time rate of change of energy, so it will decrease at this rate. The kinetic energy is released by speed reduction, and kinetic energy, because it is supplying the power, this extra power, suddenly we have increased this load, so this power is being supplied by the kinetic energy, so kinetic energy will go down and the initial rate of change will be this much, initial deceleration will be this much. So this is 2.55 1 upon tau, initial rate of change will be this much. Actually this thing we can understand from here also. If suppose this is changing, what is this initial rate? This exponential curve. So this, if I plot this graph straight line, it will be tau. This is A. So initial rate of change is A divided by tau. So this is A, this is 1 by tau. So the frequency will decrease with this rate, 0.06 in 1 second. The steam valve is opened up now. Since the speed is now dropping, the old load 1000 megawatt in this case, decreases at the rate of D. D is the rate of change of decrease of, or rate of decrease of this load with respect to frequency. So 1000 divided by 60, so this is 16.67. Since the appearance on the scene of this released power means that less power needs to be generated, we can in effect consider it to be a direct contribution to the new load demand. Actually old load decreases means load is frequency dependent. So suppose frequency has become low, so the load will also be decreased, and the decrease in the load will be on this rate. Okay, this is the rate of decrease of the load. So If the old load has been released, then this will also contribute to the supply of this new load, 20 megawatt. In conclusion, as the speed is dropping, the demand increase of 20 megawatt is thus made up of three components. One component is this much from kinetic energy. Another one is release old load with this rate, because load is frequency dependent. Now suppose we consider hypothetically that whole of this load 1000 megawatt, before switching on of 20 megawatt, it was consisting of heater load. Then this D will be 0. There will not be any contribution from here. And finally we are having increased generation. Now the frequency has become down, our ALFC loop will work and the frequency will the generation will increase. More turbine power will be generated, opening of the valve will be increased. Initially the last two components are 0, but as the speed is dropping, because this is 0, when frequency was yet to decrease, it has not been decreased, they are frequency dependent. If the frequency, so just after the switching operation, this was the only thing. From there the energy was being supplied, 20 megawatt was being supplied. They will account for an increased contribution. Consequently, the kinetic energy will be consumed at a decreased rate. Okay, now the contribution of this and this will increase. Now contribution of this will be decreased. Eventually, theoretically, after infinite time, the speed will level off at a new constant lower value. At this time, the kinetic energy is constant. Now it will become constant. No further change in frequency at a lower value. And what is that lower value? That lower value is the frequency will become 60 minus 0.0235. 0.0235. So at frequency it will become constant. The frequency is now constant at new level. So there will not be any contribution from here, but the contribution from here and here they will be there. But after some time, after infinite time, the speed will level off at a new constant lower value. At this time the kinetic energy is constant and the 20 megawatt load increase is therefore made up of the last two components only, this and this, increased generation and old load released or decrease in the old load. The static speed drop is this much. We can compute these contributions as follows. So the generator regulation is 4%, R is 4% or 2.4 Hertz per unit megawatt, and the increase in generation after the new steady state is reached will be this much. Okay, so delta F divided by R. So 19.6 megawatt. This is increased generation. Generation will be increased to this value. And the remaining 0.4, that will come from the old load released. Okay, this component and this component, and the component that was coming from the kinetic energy, that will become 0. That was there 100%, 20 megawatt just after the switching operation, but after infinite time there will be these two components will made up of this 20 megawatt. These two components eventually add up to 20 megawatt. How this has to be computed? This thing, this is delta F multiplied by, this is the value of T, this is the value of R. Now what we concluded till now? Till now we have seen that the frequency has not become 60 Hertz even after infinite time. So at steady state also there is some frequency error. And as we have seen that we cannot tolerate even a very small, negligibly small value of delta F. Delta F must become 0 at a steady state. So in order to adjust this frequency, in order to make this frequency error 0 at a steady state, we require another action. Outer loop. This was inner loop, primary loop. Now we require outer loop, which is secondary loop. The secondary loop leads to the reset action of ALFC loop. Now this is there, because what we want zero steady state error.